Hi America, it's Lydia. I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to take this moment and share with you my brand new blog. Okay? I just paired up with a nonprofit organization called The Mission Continues. You can go online, and the website is www.missioncontinues.org. Okay? The telephone number to reach them is 314-588-8805. Okay? This could change your life. Okay? I'm just going to start out just like that. I want to thank all of my brothers and sisters for serving this nation with honor, courage, and commitment. It is a blessing for me to be able to even stand next to you. I am so happy that you are watching my blog. Thank you for your support. I desperately need it. Okay, the reason, before I go into my introduction, the reason I even heard about the Mission Continues was I was on the Ricki Lake show, and through there I was invited to an F7 female veterans retreat in Austin, Texas. I met amazing women there, just awesome women, and had a great weekend fellowshipping with my veteran sisters. So I was given a little flyer about the Mission Continues from an Army veteran, and she told me, she's like, you seem to like a lot of volunteering, and I love it. I love volunteering. That is one thing I can say that can bring anyone's spirit, is to helping somebody else. And that's what Mission Continues allows us veterans to do. Mission Continue was created in 2007 by a United States Navy veteran named Eric. He was coming home from Iraq, and he was in the hospital up in Maryland, and he was talking with some of his fellow veterans. We call them brothers and sisters, and a lot of the veterans there were missing limbs, were coming back differently as they left, and there was a cry almost to Eric's heart, saying that I may be disabled, but I still have that passion to serve my country, to serve my community. And it is a certain person to serve this nation as a veteran, well, as any service member. It takes a certain person, just like it takes a certain person to be a nurse or a doctor or an attorney. You have to have that passion. And this weekend I actually became a fellow, and I chose to work with a nonprofit organization here in Los Angeles, California, and it's designed to help veterans. So that is where I feel like I fit in. I want to help my brothers and sisters that are coming home to know that you are loved, you are worthy, and you are a conqueror. So I want you to go back and serve, but serve our community with the same honor and the same courage and the same commitment that you did when you were active duty. God bless you. I love you all. And let's go into the introduction, okay? Okay. Well, first thing is first. My first assignment is basically introduce myself, okay? So we already know that my name is Lydia, okay? I'm actually living in Los Angeles, California. I was stationed, before I go, I was stationed. I was born, let's start from the beginning, right? I was born in Santiago, Chile, okay? Kind of far from here, right? And I was an orphan. And I was, by God's grace and mercy, I was adopted by my mom and dad, who are awesome people, Americans. And I was raised with my sister in Manassas, Virginia. My sister is also adopted as well. Now, I had to tell you something that is really exciting. I come from a family that is dedicated, motivated, and just downright awesome when it comes to being a servant of this nation. My grandfather, who I love very much, is a World War II veteran, okay? And my father is a Vietnam veteran. My uncle, who is with our Lord Jesus Christ, served also in Vietnam. And his two sons, Sean and Casey, both served as well. And all of us served in the time of our nations in need. My youngest cousin, Casey, he served in Bosnia. And my older cousin served in the Persian Gulf. And I served Enduring Freedom. And I was Navy, okay? Okay, let's see. I started my Navy career at the tender age of 17. How crazy, right? I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And when I tell my story, I always tell it kind of the same way. And what I'm going to tell you, moms and dads out there, never tell your daughters or your sons that they cannot do anything. My grandfather, I told my grandfather at the age of 9, I'm joining the Navy. I want to see the world. And at that time, women weren't really in the military. But my grandfather never discouraged me either. Never said, oh, you want to be this or that. And in that process, time, progressed and more women were joining the military. And then it was just my turn to join the ranks. Okay? So, me saying that, I joined in Virginia, went to boot camp, and then I graduated from boot camp and got stationed in Mayport, Florida, a very beautiful state, by the way, very hot but beautiful. And from there, I moved to California, but we'll get there. We'll tell you that part later. So I was stationed in Mayport, Florida, and I was stationed with 6 other girls that I graduated from boot camp. So it was really a collaboratory kind of thing, having not just one person from my boot camp, but 6. So it was kind of cool. We represented. And I went to shore duty, and from there I went to the ship. And it was a different life, but a beautiful one, I got to see, oh my gosh, the Med. I went on a Med cruise. And it had a different meaning, the Med cruise that I went on. But I'm going to stop there and tell you why it had such different meanings. Because, America, it's very important that you know. October the 12th of 2000 is a very harsh day of remembrance for any sailor. That was the day the USS Cole was bombed. Okay, I get a little emotional, so sorry. I'm just apologizing in advance. There was 17 that went to heaven, and 39 were injured. And one of my friends from boot camp was on that ship. And it was a very hard day, because being very young and getting this information was crazy. We never thought that one of our ships would ever get bombed. And it was very hard. It was a very hard day. That leads on to September 11th. Now, I was actually stationed on the ship of the USS John F. Kennedy, CV-67. It's a non-nuclear carrier that is now decomped, which is no longer in service, but is actually a museum. So now I feel really old. But no worries, you know. It's a good life. Now, I don't want to get into the details of September 11th because I don't want to stir up nightmares, and it's a very touchy thing with me. And but I will share this moment with you. I will share this one thing. So I'm getting emotional now. Sorry. Woo! I was on the security force when September 11th happened. And I'm very close to my mom and dad. And both of my parents worked for U.S. Airways on in this time, in this moment. They were both working. And I was getting ready to go on my shift. I had my weapons and I put on my gear to do, you know, my job. And I was waiting for my partner. And I was sitting, and all I could remember, this very selfish feelings I have, and I apologize, but I'm keeping it real. I was hungry. I was starving like Marvin, and I wanted to eat. And I was like, dude, where's my partner? Holy smokes, how long does it take to get manned up or suit up? And I was sitting there right in front of the TV, right? And it was bizarre because in my experience, we never really watched the news. It was always movies because we're out to sea. So actually having, I guess, I don't know if it's called cable. I mean, for a ship, I just have connection, I guess, is kind of weird. It's a hit or miss kind of deal. You get it, you're happy, you don't, okay, we got a movie kind of deal. And I'm sitting there, and I'm hungry, and I'm cranky, and I'm waiting for my partner, and I see the first airplane hit the towers. And the first thing that went through my mind, and I even said this out loud, I can't repeat everything exactly because I'm a Christian now, so we got to keep it PG over here. So one thing went through my mind was, holy, wouldn't this be okay if this was real? But no, I was telling you, we were watching the news. So in my mentality, I knew it was real, but I didn't comprehend that it was. I was thinking, this is a movie. This isn't really happening. Holy smokes, it can't happen. You know, we're the greatest nation in the world kind of deal, right? So, us being the greatest nation in the world, and all I could think was, is my mom okay? They weren't releasing information to us at all. So I had to turn that off in my brain. And I don't know where I would be if anything happened to my mom, you know. This woman has raised me as her own daughter. And the first thing that was going through my head was, I can't lose my mom. And then the second thought was, how many other moms are in the same, you know, category? After we saw the first plane hit the building, communication was cut off. We could no longer see what was happening in the on the news. And all I remember, because you got to remember, this has been 12 years. All I remember next was the CO of my ship getting on the intercom, or we call it as the 1MC, and saying, battle station, man your battle station. This is not a drill. This, I repeat, is not a drill. And please forgive me for this next moment. This next moment, I call it probably the best miracle I have ever seen in my whole entire existence of being. You can judge me, America, but At the end of the day, I still see it as the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. When September 11th happened and the CO gets off the microphone, or the 1MC, everybody on my ship knew exactly what to do, how to do it, and we did it in record time. The fights that I broke up 12 hours ago, people fighting each other because, oh, you said this about my wife, or you did this, or, just stupid stuff, right? Vanished. Gone. Okay? The Muslims on my ship were working side by side with the Christians. All of my friends that have a different lifestyle, and the people that bash that lifestyle to them, haze them or whatever, was gone. In this moment, in this horrific, horrible, terrible moment of terrorism, every single shipmate did exactly what was expected out of them. We did not hesitate. We did not break down. We were all strong and mighty. We were all united. And that was the most beautiful miracle any human being could possibly see and be a part of. There's no place in this whole entire universe that I'd rather have been in than with my brothers and sisters on that ship. Everybody knew that there was a terrorist attack. We knew that this nation needed us, and all the training that we have done has finally come into play. Officers helped enlisted helped officers. In the moments that everything was locked down, the Christians prayed. But in that moment, we were all united. There was no animosity. There was no hate. It was courage. It was the hand of God on our ship, our Lord Jesus Christ, by all our sides. We never knew that there was a second tower that was hit until, oh my gosh, it was way later. And that's when it hit again. I never prayed so hard to see if my mom was still alive. There was no way I could call her. Cell phones weren't anything like they are now. And all I could think was, this woman, this one woman adopted. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Adopted this orphan. I gave her a better life. So sorry. Gave gave her a better life. And all she wanted to do was join the Navy. To serve this country, right? But all I could think of was everything that my mom has done for me. How she raised me and loved both my sister and I as truly her own flesh and blood. And all I could think was my mom flying that day. My mom flies at the end, before she retired. She was an international. And I just received her care package. And it was like she sent, I love you. And, I had some cookies in there, And all I could think was, for that moment, right? I prayed that that wasn't the last thing I had ever received from my mom. So